This is a reading of Brenda's blog titled, Are You Ready to Flit? Posted November 2nd, 2020. Dear ones, many of you believe you will never improve or change. That the magic abilities you assumed would be part of your new being will never display themselves. That you alone are not shifting as prophesized. That you are a transition failure. You likely felt the same in puberty when your voice did not change as rapidly as others, or your breasts refused to grow as you hoped. Just as was true during puberty, neither you nor anyone can expand skills until it is time to do so. Will you travel through time or frequencies? Will you channel or speak in unusual tongues? Will you communicate without words? All aspects that may or may not be part of your new world. You cannot determine what skills will be at your forefront until they happen, any more than you could easily determine your adult height at age 10. During this evolutionary period, you will utilize those skills most important to your Earth role. There is no need to waste energy wishing to zip to other planets if it is only to help you believe you are skilled. But as is true in 3D, there will be some cross-training or interests. You might be a time traveler reviewing and changing history while quite interested in gardening or bird watching. Just because you're a new being doesn't mean you cannot have a multitude of interests. Even so, the vast majority of those interests, and therefore skills, will relate to your 5D and beyond Earth role. The only way you will discover your true intent, your true direction, is to explore any and everything that interests you. It is much like sifting sand to discover a gold nugget. You will flit here and there as each new interest pops up, only to realize some topics are not captivating enough to retain your interest. Discovering your new you interest area will be similar to selecting a college major. Even though there were likely several interesting college courses, one grouping stood out as the most intriguing. So it was you selected your major. But that major did not necessarily mean you devoted the remainder of your life to one skill set. Your college degree was more of a building block than a straight professional trajectory. So it will be for you now. New you will be interested in this today, that tomorrow, and something entirely different the day after. But as you jump from one interest to another, you will return to one or more of those interests until you realize you have formed a complete skill set, likely in something you had no idea existed or that you might find interesting. You will discover your niche step by step. And once you do, you will expand that knowledge to areas not known to others. For you are a specialist, as is everyone awakening. As you discover your core interests, and you will find ways to gather the information you need at a record pace. Those in the second and third waves are finding new Earth structural building blocks most interesting. Unlike the second and third waves, you forerunners have no common denominator, for you completed your Earth role. You are now part of the Earth freeform, much as you are in other universal dimensions and frequencies. So you will flit from place to place, interest to interest, which might frighten some of you because it will seem so haphazard. You are merely returning to a universal being with a central focus, while of the Earth. And to discover that focus, you will explore many aspects of universal life. And so you will. And so you are. So be it. Amen.